What is tonight's caucus going to mean for the Republican candidates moving forward into Super Tuesday?
Now, the thing about Nevada is that it is the first state in the Western United States to report its results. This is important because Nevada's the first state that has varied demographics. Whereas Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, even it's very heavy white. It's very heavy. It's all kind of the same demographic. Whereas Nevada has 27% Latino population. It's got a high Asian, black population. The results here from the Republican and Democratic parties caucuses will probably say a lot about how minorities are looking to vote in other states.
Yeah, that being said, you're talking about the minorities and their demographics are a lot higher in Nevada. Trump has kind of angered a lot of the minority population with a lot of his comments. So do you see him not really getting any support from those communities tonight?
I went to the rally last night, and surprisingly, there was a lot of minorities there. Not a lot, but that they had definitely had a presence. The thing about Trump is that he's better at rallying people who wouldn't normally go out and vote. He's better at getting kind of a lower America, middle America is kind of the way I'm going to describe it. People who aren't involved in the political process to go out and vote, whereas usually minority populations are already very involved. I don't think he has to rely on minority votes. It's the other candidates that kind of have to appeal to that. Like Rubio's appealing to Latino vote. Clinton and Sanders very much appealed to minorities. I don't think Trump has to worry about minorities here.
All right. And so we just saw Jeb Bush obviously drop out from the race. And so now the Republican race is getting a lot tighter. And so do you see as whoever is going to win tonight going to be kind of like, is it going to set in motion who's going to win Super Tuesday?
It's too early to say. It's too early to say. Even though we're a week out, I don't think we can definitively say who's going to win Super Tuesday. Just because there's so many states involved, there's so many polls that still need to be done. I mean, even Nevada, today, the most recent poll done took place from the 14th to the 15th of February, and that is just not very recent. We kind of don't even know who's really going to win today, even though Trump is ahead by 16 points in that last poll.
Yeah, so what are some of the strongest points you've seen come from the candidates in your time there in Nevada?
I guess I'll go by candidate. We've been to 4 rallies. We've speaking to 4 candidates. We're planning on. We haven't talked or been to any cruise events yet. Planning on doing that tonight. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton have already done their caucuses. They've already done their. The results from the Democratic caucus have already come out. Clinton won by 6 points ahead of Bernie Sanders, 53 to 47. And kind of what came out of that is that Clinton, people are thinking she won because of casinos, because of the culinary union, which is a big thing here. Service workers in Las Vegas, and then Bernie Sanders, one of his main points. We were only here for 2 days. We can't say a lot about his rallies or main points going into the results, but from the results, he chalked up his defeat as a win for his grassroots movement, even saying that. Because of the results here, it means he can win in any state. He really firmly believes that the grassroots movement is going to be, a massive thing, kind of spreading across the United States, gaining movement. I think he needs to be more aggressive if he wants to have a chance of beating Clinton, because right now he is very far behind in the total delegate count. Now, as for Republicans, we've been to Marco Rubio's rally on Sunday and Donald Trump's rally yesterday. Both very interesting, very charismatic guys, very. I guess fun to listen to is a very interesting way of putting it. Now, Rubio, his main points are that he is the only Republican candidate who can unify the Republican Party, and beat Hillary Clinton is kind of what everybody's saying. And this is in part, I'm kind of leaning towards agreeing with him, on the analysis side of things, because Cruz and Trump, they're pretty far right in terms of the moderate. Republican establishment base, and then kind of going off what you said earlier about Bush dropping out, a lot of people are thinking that his campaign contributions are going to go towards Rubio. So, and that all comes from Republican establishment, Republican donors, billionaires and things along those lines. So, as I say, Rubio's main points here are that he is the best candidate to unify the Republican Party. Trump, on the other hand, I really don't know what his main points are. For Nevada specifically, he talks about returning federal lands to people, which is a big thing for Nevada. Apparently, 83% of Nevada is owned by the federal government. National parks and things along those lines. But Trump's really an enigma. No one really knows what he's going to say next. I don't know what his main talking points really are. He mentioned the war on the border. He mentioned. He actually mentioned student loans. He mentioned protesters and things along those lines. Repealing Obamacare, keeping Guantanamo open. He's a much harder guy to kind of try to understand.
Okay, and you kind of mentioned how like a lot of different things are obviously important to Nevada voters. So, have you seen any kind of like flip-flopping issues since the caucus is like here in Colorado versus now what they're saying in Nevada? Like, has there been kind of any changing of opinion from any of the candidates in Nevada?
Not that I've seen specifically in Nevada. I think it's interesting to note, though, that Ted Cruz now wants to also build a wall on Mexico, and Hillary Clinton wants to, rein in Wall Street, make student debt kind of go away. I think this isn't necessarily just for Nevada. But it kind of appears that the candidates that aren't Trump or Sanders on both sides are trying to kind of appeal to Trump and Sanders' voters by taking some of their policies and things like that. Okay. Not specifically Nevada, but just in general.
All right, so that's about all the questions I have. Do you have anything that you want to add about the caucus tonight?
I don't. All I want to say is that it's caucus is going to happen from 5 to 8 tonight. It's actually pretty late. We're gonna be up pretty late.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be going to Ted Cruz's victory speech and Trump's victory speech.
Okay.
So all I can say is that follow at EA Petrovich and at Sadie Swan on Twitter for live updates tonight.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem. Take it easy.
See ya.